What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Batsy. Y'all tuned in to another episode of Ian's Podcast. On this episode, we're going to be talking about Lil Wayne and how he got full control over Young Money. And what do this really mean? Now, as an entrepreneur and going through having a business that was, just doing a partnership and understanding the difference in the dynamics of the two, a lot of people were familiar with the long, lengthy relationship he had with Birdman, being signed to Cash Money, being part of the Hot Boys. Then going on, carrying the torch for Cash Money, then creating his own imprint label from their label called Young Money, which he ended up signing, Drake, Tyga, Omarion, Nicki Minaj. A lot of them end up going on to have very successful careers, sold a lot of records. Drake now is considered a legend in the game. But then in the midst of all that, he ended up having a falling out with Baby, Birdman, who's also the CEO and owner, and one of the founders of Cash Money. And this put a stop to the music, the touring, just from us having access to Lil Wayne throughout that whole time as he was going through the whole legal and just the drama that comes with that whole the whole falling out of that relationship during that time. For him now to bounce back and be able to gain full control and get awarded undisclosed amount in his lawsuit and get full control over Young Money, which is real key because he created that brand and anchored that brand of Young Money, putting in a lot of legwork, a lot of groundwork. If you go back to a lot of his music, old music during the 2000s, you just into this time now, he was screaming Young Money a lot. Especially when he came out with Millie. The beginning of the song was Young Money, a milli. You feel me? So he did a good job at building up that base to build and solidify that camp. So now that he got full control of it, now it's the future is endless for the possibilities that he can do with Young Money. And that's a crazy thing to even see, just due to how he has done so far. So I love to see Lil Wayne jump back into his bag and start building up that empire again, and just see can he do it all over again. Not saying that it's over for Young Money, anything like that, but as y'all know, basically a lot of people just end up going their separate ways during his falling out with Birdman, which kind of, as I said, kind of put a stop to business, kind of disrupted business, the flow of business, and a little bit. So now he's going to, spend a little time building that back up, which he was able to do with dropping and releasing the Carter 5. And that got a good response. We have a review for one of the songs from off that album coming soon. But we just wanted to drop in and tell y'all about, Lil Wayne getting that independence. But now it's time to really go into the importance of that too as well. Going back into where you talk about building his legacy in the rap game, being one of the pioneers in today's sound and image in the rap industry. You gotta understand that him having full control and owning that image now is really something. Because around that same time too is when he started Young Money, is where he started to begin the crossover of Lil Wayne. That was when Lil Wayne became the global icon Lil Wayne. He dropped Truck Fit, Bedrock. He just basically had back-to-back jams, but also he was solidifying himself on a global scale. And when he was getting known on a global scale, people were knowing him for Young Money, Cash Money. So now that he got full control over the brand, full control over the company, he can now control the narrative that's being spoken about it and how it may choose to be represented in the future. And as we all know, Lil Wayne's a very creative individual, so that's why I say I love to see Lil Wayne get back into his bag and see what does that look like. Especially during this time where the youth and just the younger generation just are heavily influenced with the whole notion of being independent and having ownership and having your own. So now that he is now part of that group as well, I wouldn't necessarily say he's independent because I do believe he's still signed to Universal or something like that, or he might be signed through Young Money through Universal. Yeah, I don't know his contract or whatever, but I know by him having his label and owning his label, now he can start focusing back on being the executive Lil Wayne that we had started to see, that was building that team. And also probably be able to help guide this next generation that's coming up. But as we all know, Lil Wayne's a private man, open but private. I'd love to see what the future behold for the Young Money organization or label, whatever you want to call it, here in the future. But it's your boy Baz. Y'all tuned in to another episode of Ian's podcast, and I'm out.